are 680 with Ray Black, relief pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. Ray, spring training, and I tell you, I get the phone calls. They want to know, how's Ray Black doing? Has he hit the triple digits yet? Is that ever sort of get old for you?
No. I mean, it's a common question. I kind of get answered a lot. I'm not quite sure where I'm at right now, to be honest. Spring this year for me is more of a concentration of staying healthy and locating fastballs. I'd like to get going into the season this year, wherever that may be, with a good control of my fastball, knowing I can throw it at any count when I need to for a strike. That will give me a lot more opportunity to play around with off-speed pitches, sliders, vary the looks for the batter, where they don't get so fastball happy. I think that'll help me.
Yeah, no, believe me, that's the key to pitching.
Yeah,
Ray Black with us. All right, bring the fans up to date. Give me a little bit about your medical history, because it's significant, and you've come back from it. But I think it's something, as we go forward, just in this little discussion, they should know where you come from.
Yeah, adversity has always been a part of this game for me, and I've had to overcome a lot to get where I'm at with the help of a lot of great people along the way. I had Tommy John surgery in 2008, my senior year of high school. That pretty much shot my chances for the draft down. But out of high school, I had some great people at the University of Pittsburgh able to give me a scholarship, keep me there, honored it, allowed me to go to the university there. While at Pittsburgh, I had off-the-field injury of a broken hand, and I also had a training accident with a torn knee, both requiring surgery. Those didn't, I didn't have to miss much playing time with those, but as guys know, even in the off-season, when you have to focus on recovery instead of strength building, you kind of fall behind a little bit. And at the University of Pittsburgh, I struggled. Coach Joe Giordano always gave me an opportunity to keep getting out there on the field, which, at college level, they're interested in winning. But, he really helped me out with my career to keep running me out there, even though I think sometimes he knew I wasn't going to have the, best luck. When I was first drafted by the Giants in 2011, I came in healthy that year and played in instructional baseball. The next season I came for 2012, and I had a labrum surgery on my right shoulder. Things weren't right. Velocity dropped down to about 82, 84. I knew something was wrong. And I knew if I wanted to keep competing at the professional level, that was going to have to change. I got with my trainers, and they basically laid out a ground plan for me about what it was going to take. And it required 2 years of rehab, but it was a very low chance of success rate. Before I went in, I wanted to know the odds, because I've been through the surgeries before, and they're not a pleasant experience. The trainers informed me that, about 1 in 3 come back to play, and that, about roughly 7% come back to their former self or healthier. So I knew going into it my chances were low, but a great training staff helped me through it. Mark, Tony, the strength coaches, everybody was there with me. From Tommy John in 2008 to where I am right now, I have so many people to thank for my career and this opportunity. I really cannot be here without all those guys.
Boy, what a story. All right, that's the medical story,
That's
believe
just
me.
the medical.
No, it is, and it's a big part of you, because we sit here today. You're one of the top prospects, you know that, and when it comes to, as I've said before, there are about 6 guys in that corner of the locker room that could be the whole staff of a couple of teams in the major leagues, and you're one of them. Well, closing. You like closing? How do you do it? Those last 3 outs are tough, and you're pretty tough anyway to just make it back this far, so closing should be a picnic for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what really given me perspective on the game. And a blown save is really not as upsetting to me as 2-year surgery, rehab, and ordeal. But no, I do enjoy throwing the 9th. Whatever my role is in a bullpen, I embrace it as much as I can. I'm usually a late inning guy. It's like a kicker in football, though. I mean, if you go out there and you make the game-winning field goal, everyone's going to remember your name, and if you miss it, they're going to remember your name a little longer. So there's a lot of pressure that comes with the last 3 outs, but I think that's when any competitive guy wants to be in the game.
So the big numbers that make you stand out from other people, and that is throwing over 100 miles an hour. You've done it now consistently. When did it all come back? Because 82, you're driving a little pickup truck, and now you're driving the Maserati.
Yeah. It was a long rehab process. Like I said, 2 years, and I think the first bullpen I was throwing was maybe around 65, 70 miles an hour. And I remember thinking to myself, like, man, I don't know if I'm going to get through this. And they just assured me, keep with the program, keep with the stretching, keep with the working, and you'll get there. I don't think they thought I was going to get as high as I did.
That's right.
to gain velocity after a shoulder surgery is very uncommon. Again, it happened when I finally was able to return in 2014 spring training. The first outing I had was 96, 98. My catcher, Ty Ross, doesn't let me forget it. His first batter I faced, I dosed him in the arm. He got a little 97 off his tricep. But my second outing was when I first hit that 100-mile-an-hour mark. And, from then on, it's just, looking forward to seeing what else can come.
Well, the oohs and ahs of the crowd, I'm sure you must hear them out on the mound.
Yeah, there's times, and, every once in a while in the fall league, I noticed a lot when I went up and started throwing that, my team was on the rail supporting me, and then the other team was on the rail as well, kind of, got up and it's fun though. I mean, guys lock in and they know what they got to face, and any power pitcher is going to tell you that. You get in the game and you're hitting those high velocities, and it's hard to get batters out with just a fastball too. And it's, like I said, it's been a learning process for me. Sometimes I do get fastball happy, but you get punished for doing that as well. So.
Well, I've seen Rosenthal, the Cardinals. I mean, these guys come in and, all right, so you're going to maybe hit it, but let me see you hit 99 consistently. It's just not that easy to do. I don't care who you are. They always say a major league hitter could turn around a jet plane,
right?
But let me see you do it. It's not that simple. But the big thing for you is location and getting the ball where you want to get it, and also a secondary pitch. So what is your secondary pitch?
Currently it's a slider. I've really worked, in the lower levels. I was able to throw it, and it'd be around 85, 86, which was a pretty significant drop for a slider. And it had a lot of movement, but I didn't really get a lot of swings and misses on it. When I got into the fall, more disciplined hitters were able to recognize it earlier, I guess the trajectory of it out of my hand, and they would just spit on it. So something I really worked on this offseason was tightening that up. And, I don't know if I've been on a gun yet or not. I haven't been able to, find anything out about it, where it's at right now. But in my bullpens and talking to my catchers from last year, they're telling me it looks a lot better and a lot tighter. So currently my out pitch is slider.
Well, it's a lot of fun to watch you, and I know the fans up in San Francisco talk about you a lot. Hobbies, what do you do for a hobby? I've talked to a lot of people about their hobbies, Hunter Strickland and people like that, and you never know what people are going to say. Crick's a ping pong player.
That's odd. But I don't know if I knew that about him. I don't know if I knew that about him.
What about you?
I think we have a pretty redneck team in San Francisco, to be honest with you. A lot. Some guys that come to this organization say, "Man, I would never expect to see so many cowboy boots above the lockers." But I'm one of those guys as well. I live on a farm back home, and I work. It's a lot of my work out in the off season, just the laboring, and I enjoy working on my truck, getting out hunting, fishing. All the good stuff outdoors. I hate being inside. I don't have a video game console. I never play them. So whenever I get the opportunity, I'm outdoors doing something.
When you tell me where you live in the off season, and what do you hunt for?
Yeah, back home in northeast Pennsylvania. It's Wilkes-Barre, PA. Sure. AAA team for the Yankees up there.
So what do you hunt for?
Big deer hunter, whitetail. I chase a lot of deer. I chase more deer than I do girls, that's for sure.
Well, it's great to have you on. And so how you doing this spring? So just an assessment here. We're just barely into it. There's a long way to go. How you doing?
Well, I've made it farther this spring than
last. Did. Thank goodness.
Yeah, last year again with a little bit of a lat injury to start off the season, and I slowed my roll a little bit, come out of the gate, maybe not throwing quite as hard. But currently I feel healthy. I'm starting to let the ball rip a little bit, and recovery is much better than it has been in the past. So I think finally my arm's taking care of itself.
I love it. Come on, last year I had you on, and I loved the interview, and then I looked for you, and then you had the lat injury. I never saw you again.
I know.
So I've been hesitant to get you on, but you look like you're okay. It's a pleasure to have you on, and I know the fans up in the Bay Area like to hear from you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right.